Hi, it's Chris again. I was talking to someone the other day about trying to help them solve a problem, and they said it's so you seem to find it so easy to see things that I can't see, and he's right. It is easy to help other people and help other people's problems and see things that they can't see. Now, I'm sure I'm not unique in being able to do that. I know I'm not unique in being able to do that. And I suspect that actually you probably can as well, because it's easy, isn't it easy to find, or much easier for us to solve other people's problems? And isn't it relatively harder to solve our own problems? And I was trying to work out or think about why is that the case? And here's why. Because when we're helping other people and when we're trying to solve their problems, where we can see their wood, they can't see their whole wood because they're in it. You know the saying, you can't see the wood for the trees? Well, they're in their own wood. They have a perspective that is kind of trapped. It's influenced by all the minutiae of the detail of what's going on in the business or in their life. Here and now, and they can't step out and get a different perspective. That's why it's always much easier to help someone else, because we're not weighed down by the same issues. We're not weighed down by oh, but we can't. That client really needs this particular piece of information back, or I have to reply to that. We don't know if you have to reply to a particular email or phone call or whatever. We just go, well, does it serve you, or is it moving you in the direction you want to take, or however we help, right? So it's much easier to help other people, and it's much harder to help ourselves because we are in our own wood, and that's the challenge. All right. So how do we get out? How do we get out of our own wood? How do we get our problems solved? And there's at least two ways that might be useful. The first is to disappear. No, I don't mean that literally, but the first is to actually get out of your own wood, go somewhere different. Now, that might be just for a day or a morning. It might be go to a different location from how you normally think, because we're creatures of habit. And when we turn up to the same place every day, we tend to habitually think in the same way. So go somewhere different and have a different physical perspective, and that can change your metaphorical perspective as well. So go away for a morning, a day, or even for 7 days. Go away and think. Go away and just have a holiday, take a break, do whatever it needs, and do something different, because that's when we get solutions come into our heads, when we're not focused and we're not in the habit loop, when we're not trapped in the woods. How many good ideas have you had in the shower, for example, because you're not in the place where you think habitually about the same problems? So that's one way. The other way, or another way, of course, is to get someone else to help you. Now, that might be somebody who just has a particular insight into the problem that you've got, or someone who understands you, who gets you, who understands who you are and what matters to you, or someone who is just a professional, someone who is a professional at leading and guiding someone through to work out their own problems, or indeed to provide solutions. So seek a professional, or seek some outside help, because we do not have to solve everything on our own. In fact, it's often the hardest thing is to try to solve things on our own. That's exactly why the very best people in their field, whether it's sport or business or any kind of life skill, the very best people have coaches, guides, mentors, supporters, people that they can call on who will get them out of their own woods. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about briefly today, the idea that it's easier to help other people, and we can all do that because we're not in their woods. And how do we get out of our own woods so that we can to make it easier to solve our challenges and our problems? I hope that's thought-provoking for you. And how can you get out of your own woods to help you take your business forward, your life forward, your fulfillment forward? I look forward to seeing you in another video. If you like this one, or if you've got some comments on it, please do comment. I'd love to hear what you think and what either methods you've got to get out of your own woods, or indeed what you got as a reflection from what I've just shared with you. I'll see you in another time. Bye for now.